There was this woman up my road, just up there. Her husband was really jealous of her riding a motorbike, and he sabotaged her bike. He changed the timing. When she went to kick-start it, she went flying off the bike, and I think she broke her foot. It was terrible. She doesn't ride anymore, and I think it's just really bad to discourage women like that, because they deserve to have just as much, if not more, adventure than men.
Goody, have you got a 12 there somewhere?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yep.
thanks.
Hi guys.
Oh, Chloe.
Hi Chloe. Hi Chloe.
Hopefully I'll be able to go to all those amazing places, you know, go to caves and forests and deserts and beaches everywhere.
It was at first transport, but a passion grew out of that. My husband actually got me on 2 wheels when I moved out from home. I couldn't afford a car and a flat, so I got the flat and a little motorbike.
Since I got my licence, I've never stopped riding.
I started riding, as a kid on a farm, bush bashing, and then my first licence was my motorbike licence at 17.
It clears my mind. I feel alive after I step off the bike and take my helmet off.
But it's a passion. It's something that you really love doing. It was just something that's in me. It will never leave me.
I mean, riding on 2 wheels gives you such a sense of freedom. You feel like you can go anywhere, and you feel the drop in temperature when you go up the mountains, you go through the snow. Not always comfortable, but you are one with nature. It's not like in a car you're isolated, but on a bike you watch the road. The road is wet, slippery. It could be ice on the road, but it all adds to the adventure. We've ridden many times through Europe, Switzerland, Italy, different cultures. Being on a motorbike, you do meet people, they talk to you, you are accessible to people. It's just a completely different environment you're in.
We've done quite a few different trips in the desert and outback. The hardest trips was the Canning Stock Route, 1,700 kilometres, a bit more, on just a 2-wheel sandy track with lots of sand dunes in between. You have to be very well prepared. There's no shops in between, there's no petrol. I had to carry 60 litres of fuel, I had to carry 12 litres of water, plus food for 2 weeks, so it's a very arduous trip. It is very challenging riding. You just get exhausted, your hands ache after a while, just fighting the sand all the time. It was probably the hardest trip I'd ever done, but the most rewarding.
I went on to an all-girls motorbike ride, and we stopped for our first coffee, parked the bikes, and all the girls stood and talked. A few men from other motorbikes looked at us, came over and said, "Hey, where are your men?" And we said, "What men? They're at home." "What do you mean? You're not riding those bikes, are you?" We said, "Yes, we do."
A friend of mine who was an exceptionally good rider, she had a beautiful sports bike, and one day she came home, her partner sold her bike, replaced it with a scooter. Well, that was it, that was the end of the relationship, and she was gone. Now, this woman, she became quite a top racer and pursued her career and has even got a few lap records. So it's just, she just followed her dream.
In general, men dominate the motorcycle scene.
I'm not really oiling the air filter, I'm just crushing a few guys.
Sheilas don't belong on bikes.
The guy came up to me, he was just about to shake my hand, and his first words were, "What a great," he was going to say ride. I was quicker than him, and then when I took my helmet off, his face literally dropped to the floor. He was speechless. His hand went down and he turned around and walked away.
I don't feel I need to prove myself. I don't want to tangle up with their egos. Men with their testosterone need to be first. They need to be better than us females. And I just let them. I'm happy to do that.
Unfortunately, I've had a lot of men crash in front of me and behind me. I don't know anybody else who has had that many people crash around them, which is very dangerous for me. It puts me in a precarious position. But it's because they don't want to be behind me and they've got to do everything they can to pass me. I used to feel very angry about it. In a way, I do feel compassion for them. I don't like anyone getting hurt.
Whatever strong message and words you can throw at them, it wouldn't get through.
There are good blokes too. There are guys that encourage you to ride. There are guys that you can ride with and dice with, and they treat you as an equal.
I was so lucky that my husband is not like the majority of all people. We had a daughter, and we put her on a motorcycle when she was as little as 4 years old, and she had a ball. She had a ball, and one word she used, faster Dad, faster, faster.
You know, if you persevere, you will become any bit as good a rider as any man can be. You enjoy what you're doing, you can do anything. So if you've got enough confidence to do something, just do it.
My message to women who want to ride, go for it, girl, do it. No, all seems to be in order. Everything connected. I think we're nearly ready to go.
No throttle. Well, let's gear you up.
Up and roll. It's a freedom-loving lifestyle I adore. She's waiting for me behind my garage door. She's all dressed up and she's ready to roar. Never talks back, always begging for more. If you don't ride, then you don't know where I've been and where I go. It's all about the freedom of the open road. Open the throttle and roll. Everybody rides during riding season. They ride the different bikes for different reasons. Once you get on, it's hard to get off. If you go down, I hope you lay her down soft. If you don't ride, then you don't know where I've been and where I go. It's all about the freedom of the open road. 'Cause we see more through our sunglass lens than you'll ever see in your Mercedes Benz. It's time to feel the freedom of the open road. Open the throttle and roll. If you don't ride, then you don't know. It's in our blood, it's in our soul. It's all about the healing you get from the open road. Along the way, strangers become friends. This brotherhood of ours never ends. We play life's hand like a poker run. Sacrifice your time for the fallen one. If you don't ride, then you don't know where I've been and where I go. It's all about the freedom of the open road.
not supposed to ride motorcycles? Of course they do.
Hey, Mum. Mum, guess what?